another exciting episode of Ironsworn.
Yeah,
Let's you know, let's get caught up, and then
let's do a
I
quick
and then
recap and
I
see where we
have
left.
I have a proposal for you after we get
I
caught
think
up.
I think I know what your proposal is, and I would argue that I'm not prepared for this, but I'm with it.
No, I don't.
Uh,
I don't think you know.
okay,
I came up with a thing that might be a truth about our world that might be pretty badass.
okay, okay.
Um,
So last we left off, we set out to shut up, whoever you are. We had set out to go back and decided we were going to attempt to resolve the quest of avenging Shield, the fortress.
Shield Watch. I think it was
Shield Wash Fortress. Yeah, Shield Wash Fortress. And we, upon setting out to go back and finding out that there was just some sort of a magical spell-based thing keeping everybody there, we were going to attempt to go back out and try to get it repelled. And then everything went awful. Because we came to learn that the seal was keeping all these ghosts there. We're also, the only thing keeping them on the plane. So they turned and attacked us for attempting to get rid of that and bring peace to the few survivors that were there. And we ended up.
and the survivors got turned.
The survivors got turned also.
That was the big twist. So I was thinking about that some more, and I think what actually happened there was that because we spent so much time not resolving the thing, all the survivors got like killed and turned into undead.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that community is just lost. Because then we ended up summoning a super huge boy.
Yeah, like giant abyssal horror.
A giant abyssal horror boy.
Because we didn't have the priest, because the priest got killed. So we didn't have the priest to be able to like remove the seal safely. And so we were just like, all right, fuck it. And we tried to just like rip it out of the ground, and we summoned a big scary monster.
We accidentally summoned a demon.
Like you do. And we barely got away with our lives. And now I believe we're making our way back to our
Ikora, no, not Ikora.
Akana.
Ishana.
Ishana and Kataka.
And Kataka. Yes, Ishana and Kataka.
Yeah. To work with them to figure out how to get back home. Because
take your
place amongst.
That was it.
Sorry, I was pulling up the stream, and then suddenly it got very loud.
Fair enough.
Yes,
because we're right here on this X.
Yeah.
And we want to go home, which is here. So
where one is.
We're a bit away.
Yeah, and we don't necessarily know which direction to go either. We had not been able to figure out which way was the correct way to home. Since we wouldn't be able to find a coast anyways. So
right. So
now the question mark is, what do we do next? Because we just don't have, I don't want to say we don't have any, ambitions, but like I need to clear that. No, I don't need to clear that one. Oh, they changed this again. Oh shit.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the sheet's much more like, oh, there's a threat level now. Hold up. Oh, I don't know what that's about.
The Delve stuff.
The Delve stuff happened, that's right.
Oh, sick.
Which we have not even looked at. So that was what I thought you were going to talk about, but
no, I wasn't. I didn't realize it was out already. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's badass. Oh, I'm so happy about that.
So I think we'll I guess we have to look at that for another time because
I mean, like we have built into our backstory already that there are like, underground mines and caverns and shit all over the place.
Yeah.
So like
we were ready before Delve before we even knew it existed. So.
Make no mistake, we go do some delving. I just wonder no, so I had a thought about I was thinking about this the other day. So
right.
the like background lore of like this whole world was that we lived in another place, and then it got attacked by like a weird unknown race of people who like forced us out and forced us like to essentially like find a new place, right? I forget what their name was. Oh, Sam, are you dead?
Mm-hmm.
Are you there? Uh-oh. We might have lost ourselves to Sam. Oh no. Not like this. You there?
I'm here. I'm back now.
All right, great.
I don't know what happened, but I'm back. Sorry, do you mind repeating literally all of that again?
Yeah. It's all good. That's why we edit it in post.
Exactly.
So what I was saying was, you know how our people, like, humanity lived in another place, and then this like weird tribe of people that we don't know much about like came and invaded and forced us out, and that's how we came to the Ironlands.
Yes.
All right. So, do you remember what they were called by any chance? Because I couldn't remember what they were called.
The group that invaded, or
yeah, the group that invaded.
They were the Skald, weren't they?
Yeah, the Skald. All right. So here's my theory. Here's my thing that I think would be cool if it were true about the world. The Skald that like drove us out of our home are the firstborn from here.
I like that idea.
And they came.
I think that makes a lot of sense too.
And they came in. All right, ready? So they came in to like drive us out because this land is fucked up, and they wanted to get away from it, but they just drove us here.
Yeah.
So like the Skald, because we haven't figured out like what they are or anything. Like we don't know much about them. So like I think they're just elves or some shit.
Like the base, like sort of like elvish people.
Yeah, like the firstborn.
Do we have? I think elves are a race, are an actual race though.
Yeah, but like we don't know anything about them. I think the elves are just the Skald. I mean, we don't have to do it that way if you don't want to, but I thought of that the other day, and I was like, oh, that'd be badass.
Maybe it's like, I'm not opposed to the idea. I'm just wondering because you're right, we haven't figured it out, but maybe it's the old subclass of elf, because I'm with the idea. I'll ask. I'll give us his names. All right, yeah. All right, I'm on board. Let's go.
I mean, this isn't a thing that like our characters know or anything. I'm just talking like macro level, like lore, like world building.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, because we have to build this lore. We have to build this world still. So like, I can agree to that. If nothing else, it makes sense. It seems like a good jumping off point, considering there's also like 2 or 3 other races we haven't interacted with necessarily yet. But
yeah, well, I think that it's possible that like the other races are either incredibly rare or extinct. So if this land, like something bad happened here that forced the Skald out to come to us, what bad thing was it? What was it? What's going on? You know, that's the hook.
That's the adventure. Yeah. So, all right, I'm on board.
Yeah, I don't think it affects anything that we're doing right immediately. I just thought it was a cool world building thing.
No, I think that's a good world building. I think that's on brand.
Yeah.
All right, so then what is our goal today, Stev? Because right now we are kind of adrift in a sand sea of who knows.
Yeah.
Also, we're super beat the hell up, if my memory serves me.
Oh, Hersham's been fucked up for a while.
Yeah, because I don't know about you, but my spirit's at 0.
Hersham hasn't seen the light of +3 health in a long time.
I guess the first thing we do then is just make camp, right? Because like we need to get ourselves like less shitty, but
yeah. Well, so I think the plan, and like you let me know if you think this is a good plan or not. I think the plan is to get back to Ashana and Kataka, be like you know the meme, like the like something haunted meme
Yeah.
Like, we just go back, and we're just, like, 1,000 yards staring. They're like, how'd it go? And we're just like, village haunted.
Village haunted, gone.
And I think we go back there, and we kind of, like, spend time with them, and, like, heal our wounds,
and then
do what we have to do. And then we work with them to
see if maybe there's something, see where it goes next.
Yeah.
All right, I'm aboard.
That's what I'm thinking.
That seems reasonable. Maybe we'll throw some oracles or something to give us the next pathway. Who knows?
I mean, I think we just get there.
I'm talking post getting there.
Oh, yeah. So I've got some ideas.
Okay.
Which, like, we can get to when we get there.
Yeah. Let's get there first. I assume it's not far, so I assume we're just making the old face danger throw.
No, I think we can just, like, start the session there.
You want to start it there?
I don't think we need to, like, right. You know, like GM, we're GMing for ourselves, right? Like,
that's fair.
Like,
yeah.
This is like the GM saying, like, y'all had a tough time last time. Just you can
just be there.
You can have this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for real. For real.
So I think we get back. We meet back up with. So, like, we're back in the little cave area. Yeah, we get back to the cave. And, like, they're probably, like Kataka's probably like, well, how'd it go?
How'd it go?
It's like, village haunted.
Village haunted, ghost. No,
like,
no.
And
burn it down.
Yeah, we tell her that we tell them that we got there and we thought the priest could help us, but because we spent so much time, the priest is a zombie now.
We relay back,
and, like, it was this whole thing, and then we tried to lift the curse, and we did the opposite, and we're pretty sure we made it worse.
Yeah, there may actually just be a demon now that's running around that fortress that we probably should not go deal with, even with all of us.
No. And Ishana is like, that's quite the turn of events, I must say. That wasn't what I was expecting when I first laid that curse, but, you know, all's well that ends bad. And we're just like, yeah, whatever, lady.
Yeah, whatever. He's like, well, I guess that means no one's going back the way, so where are we going, Ishana?
And she looks at you, Amara, and she's like, I think the first place you guys are going is to bed. You look quite beaten up.
Yeah, and Kataka just kind of fires over there. It's still roaring pretty well. Kept it going while you were gone, figuring might want it when you come back.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make some camp and rest for several hours.
Yeah, right.
Do you want to make separate throws? Or you want to make one?
I mean, we usually make one.
Make one is fine by me.
Traditionally.
Well, is our supply different? Hold on, there's a question.
No, our supply should always.
Supplies plus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Our supply is shared.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I just want to make sure.
There's a whole thing of Delves moves. Rarity moves.
Yeah, man.
Wield a rarity. Oh, sick.
We'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, I haven't read anything about Threat, but I think that, like, Threat kind of works like fronts from Adventure, from Dungeon World, and, like, I'm super about that. That's badass.
Okay.
Right, make a camp. We're rolling plus supply.
You want to throw it, or
Sure.
Either. Oh no. Yeah, we're just too beat up. We can't even get comfortable. It's
we
pay each. All right, I guess that's the next step. We'll each throw an. You want to throw one oracle?
No, we're paying the price.
No, I know, but you want to throw the beta price for both of us? You want separates?
No, I think just like rolling like one is fine.
All right, that's fine by me. I'm just checking.
A surprising development complicates your quest.
Yeah.
Our bad rolling is only continuing.
Yeah, I think the surprising development here is just that we just don't even feel safe here anymore. And it's just, that demon's literally probably, couple, within 1,000 yards of us. So can we even get comfy here?
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
It's just he could have followed us. He's obviously strong enough. We can't be comfy here.
Well, I think it's that like we hear like a deep bellow as like night falls, and like it's just like, oh yeah, we didn't let Ashana know until right then. We hear this like deep demonic kind of like we like sense this pressure, and Ashana's just kind of like cocks her head. We're like, oh yeah, by the way, we might have let a demon out of your cursed seal. And she's like, wait a minute, you what?
Wait, like, you what? Sorry about that.
Yeah, and I think she says like, we don't have the time to rest. We need to leave.
Yeah, we need to leave. Like, she knows what's up. She knows what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that next step is like, we just have to go. It forces us to go without rest and just pack up and go. So where do we go?
Well, so this is I think they like, we need to like talk to them and figure out like what we're doing or where we're going, right?
Well, I think there's a question on Amara's mind, which I phrased it to you, but it is one that, knowing that she lived on a coastal town, the next question would be like, okay, well, so I don't know where we are, but maybe we know where the coast is. You two have been here longer. Do you know any direction towards the coast, or which way this where we are is set? I assume we have a map. Maybe we can like pull out a map similar to this and be like, if we can just get towards that coast in that direction, we can find our way home.
I mean, even if we had a map, we have no context for like where we are, because this is like uncharted territory.
Oh, that's true. You're right, because we don't technically know that. We just know where we are.
Yeah, and I think Ashana says, oh, honey, we're not going to the coast. We're not going to walk back. We're going to get back here just the way that we came.
You have the power to do that.
Well, I mean, we all must. We all got here. It's an unproven and volatile magic, but a magic nonetheless. And if it's a magic, that means that it can be controlled. And
so we just need to find.
I don't know about you, but I don't know which way is north. Do you know which way is north, Kataka? Yeah.
North is north.
Yeah.
It kind of looks over to Aedion to be like, you're like the Boy Scout, right? And he just
like cocks his head at you, like.
Yeah. Like, really? And she just says, okay, well, that means we need to find a pillar that will send us out. And she kind of looks at the one that's like in the cave, and it's like, I don't think that this one has any power. Was there one in this?
No,
there isn't one here. Okay. Yeah. Then we need to find a pillar.
Yeah, the only one that we know about is the one from before.
That was near the one we came. That was on the other side. The one we came from.
Came here on. Yeah.
Yeah. Approximately, here-ish.
Yeah. No, I think it's closer. Whoa. I don't want to.
I know.
I want to move it.
I got it. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think like we have to. She says we have to like make our way back to that. Like her proposition is like, she doesn't know how to get back, and like neither do we, and we don't know how long we'd be traveling for if we just pick a direction and go. Like, who knows?
Go, yeah.
But like our best bet is just to go back and try to like figure out what's up with those pillars.
That seems fair, especially if she has the power to maybe do something about it. I guess that's not unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's gather our things and go right away, because I cannot even pretend to sleep.
Yeah, and she says, she's like gathering up all of her stuff. And she says, yes, come. We'll have time for rest once we've put some distance between ourselves and this thing that you've created.
Kataka's literally like out already, like at the edge of the cave, just like sitting there. He's like, it pays to travel light.
Yeah.
So we'll gather our stuff up, we'll load up the mammoth, and be on our merry way.
Yeah, I guess so. Yikes.
All right. Is this undertaking a journey, Stev?
Yeah. Well, we undertook a journey before to get from the pillar to. So I would assume that it is
Same.
a journey's worth to get back.
All right. So let's start a journey then, shall we?
Yeah. Troublesome.
It is a troublesome or dangerous? Can I make an argument for dangerous?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
We have to go back, and we know we have to go past that town.
Yeah.
And we know that the town is an actual dumpster fire of hell right now. So arguably we might put something on that.
I think we're gonna go around the town. That would be.
But we don't. Now, in theory, yes, but we don't know if that demon can leave that ground or if he can. Like, I would make the case that like it might be a little more hazardous because we don't know if they can leave that, if they can find us, chase us, or anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it was troublesome before, so I think it makes sense that it would be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, back to the Iron Pillar.
Fuck, I hate this.
New progress track.
Yep.
All right. Then for each segment of the journey, we roll plus wits. I'm gonna stare at Undertake a Journey for a minute in the actual rule book. So.
Yeah, I mean all of the things in the character sheet are copy pasted from the rule book.
No. I more just want to see an actual like ruling. Like just see like. Okay. Just to see some like actual rules about it. I mean, we can make the throw. I'm just looking really quickly.
Yeah. Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
I guess I should make it because you threw the last one, shouldn't I?
Yeah. I would like to argue that since we have Ashana and Kataka with us and they share a bond, we get +1 because they're. Like,
I would argue that because they are setting out on the journey.
They're helping us.
They are in fact helping us move. If you are part of a caravan or party of NPCs and aren't active participant, okay, never mind. If you are traveling with allies, one of you makes the Undertaker journey roll for each segment. You share a progress track. Cool. Okay. It's kind of what I was looking for. Okay. Because I was like, are we supposed to set how many segments? But I guess we don't. All right.
Yeah. Well, it's always the same amount of segments.
Yeah, it's always the same segment.
It's just how many ticks. So like, because it's a dangerous journey, every success is 2 ticks.
Yeah. All right. We're throwing plus wits. Oh boy. Okay, wits are not bad. Wits could be much worse. We're supposed to throw +1, but whatever.
That's all right.
Easy.
Everything's
That's fine. We'll take the strong hit.
Everything's going.
Everything's great. Strong hit. We reach our waypoint, and the waypoint is on. I think the first waypoint back is the fortress.
Yeah. So what does the fortress look like there, Sam?
I think it looks. We see the tall wooden pillars, the whole kind of what it was, except everything's just a lot. There's like that super anime like black cloud leaking out over stuff when like something's very apparently like cursed.
Very like Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, yeah, very much that at that point, as if like, don't come in here, you will just die. It looks like that, and I think that's basically where we're at.
What we've done? We created a Dark Souls level.
We really did.
Like that's totally like a Dark Souls place. Now,
yeah,
you have to go in and kill that demon.
Mm-hmm. Someone's gonna kill that demon. We mark progress because I don't think we want to. I don't think we want to trade supply for any bonuses or anything. I don't think we want. We don't need the momentum. We're still at +4, right?
I have a question. How much?
What's up?
How much experience do you have right now? Did you?
I spent my 3.
Okay.
I got honor bound.
Okay.
I took a new path, so you still have your 3 and 3.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you still had your experience, we should get that like upgrade for mammoths that make it so that you can use the mammoth's health instead of supply.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm okay to switch to that because the honor bound one I have is not even that great. So I'm more than happy to take Beast of Burden.
Yeah, that one. Just because like we do a lot of traveling.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of traveling, so I'm on board. I'm on board for that.
And that will help us out immensely.
Yeah,
like when we like make camp and stuff.
Yeah. Was it for? I need to double check the reading on it, but when you make a move, it requires you to roll plus supply roll instead of rolling mammoth health. Okay. Yeah. That's fine then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's much better. Okay.
So in Adam's campaign, he also has a mammoth, and he has that.
Of course he does.
And so every time he like makes camp and stuff, he gets to roll at like +5, and it's like nice.
Yeah, I'd say we're at like +4 right now, so that's still really good.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm undertaking Journey next. Yeah. I was gonna say make camp. I was gonna say Hersham wants to make camp, but Hersham wants to get the fuck away from this village.
Yeah, no, we don't want to stay near this. We keep moving.
Yeah. All right. Undertake a journey, with wits, and we're gonna say that they're helping us, so we get +1.
Yeah.
A weak hit.
Weak hit is waypoint and mark progress, but we're minus the supply.
All right. So we mark progress.
4.
We're at 4. Our supply dips to +1.
It's 1. Yep. And our next waypoint. What's our next waypoint, Steve?
I think it's that. So like I think this is perfect because Hersham's gonna want to make camp now. So like, I think the next thing we hit is that like small little encampment that we went through.
Yes.
Before. It's like kind of the same level of fucked up, and we know that it's like some amount of haunted, but there are like, you know, remains of like tents and stuff here, and so like Hersham, like looking around and knowing that like everyone's really tired and like really fucked up, says perhaps this is where we stop for the night.
I agree. Considering it's already late, maybe we break for now and rotate shifts to keep watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, let's do that. God. All right, so we're making camp.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that make camp, and I'll throw a plus Chandra.
Yeah.
Good old Chandra.
Good old Chandra.
Good old Chandra. How do I throw? Is it just so? Am I just throwing plus? How do I do that then?
Yeah, you just roll +4.
But what do I pick? I'm just rolling.
Oh, set your supply to 4 right now, like just for.
Okay.
And then
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't the thing. All right, let's get some good rest, everybody. Oh no, we continue to be haunted by ghosts.
No, why?
So I don't even need to smash the button. The ghosts just continue to haunt us. The ones that are here, like, oh, they're back. Awesome. Let's haunt the fuck out of these guys.
Yeah. Oh no. Tragic.
No one sleeps through the night, and we wake up the next morning, and it's just God. These ghosts. These fucking ghosts.
Right? Oh no. This sucks.
We just can't get a good night's sleep, Steve.
I know. At some point, we're going to like make it home and then like crash in our beds.
Exactly. Just just the next 4 actions are all just make camp. I'll just resupply and make camp.
Right. All right. I guess we wake up and we say, "Well, we've got to get out of here, even if we
need to leave." Yeah. Yep. We're still too close. I can feel the ghost. I can feel that demon. We need to go now.
Oh, I wonder if like our dreams are all fucked up from the presence of that demon. Like he just like
we're still haunted by that thing that like just absolutely ripping us in half.
Yeah, I bet it would be scary, dude.
Yeah, that's literally haunting. If there was a
all right, Do you wanna roll the next undertake, or should I?
I got the next undertake.
Okay.
Plus wits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Make sure you set your supply back down to 1.
Yeah, I set it down.
Okay.
All right. Steve, can I give up a momentum to get +2 for this, please? I'd like to use lumbering if it's possible, if you care.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we get a +2, but we're back. So now we're only +3 momentum, but we get +2 on the throw.
Wait, hold on. I had us at. Oh yeah, because it's give up 2. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Gets you for 1. Yeah, I figured you'd be okay with this. Oh my god.
This is great.
This is bonkers. All right. Well, we get we each a rate point in mark progress, but we're still minus the supply. So supply is at 1.
No, supply is at 0 now.
0. Oh god. All right. So
it's not now. It's the next time we have to.
Yeah. And I think the waypoint after that is we're getting back towards the battle, like the edge of the battlefield, where there's like just scattered bones and like leftover things and like scars in the earth.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe all this haunting has come to giving us flashbacks of like people fighting on the battlefield and days of yore or something, but we're still pushing along. And Amara looks and says, Hersham, I don't know about you, but I'm in poor spirits. Maybe we should search for something around this battlefield and see if we can find anything. And Sam, the player, is suggesting we try to resupply from something out here.
Yeah, I was also going to say that, and I'm just looking for
the resupply.
I'm looking because I have the improviser path, and I'm just checking to see because it interacts with supply, but it doesn't interact in any way that we care about, unfortunately.
No.
All right.
That's sad.
Yeah, I'm down to resupply.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Hold on. Okay, I don't have an ability to do that. All right, yeah, we're good.
No.
Please. Oh my god. Nothing and pay the price.
Yeah. The current situation worsens. I think we're just out of food.
Yeah, I think this is
like. I think we're actively
yeah.
starving now. Like we're getting very close to it.
Yeah, I would agree. And you know what? I'm gonna take a loss of health for the lack of food because I'll take the actual punishment for it because I know you really can't. But yeah, I think we're just out of food. We're out of actual resources, and we're moving on fumes and fear right now.
Yeah, mostly fear.
Mostly fear.
Are we just gonna die out here?
No. I think after the resupply, Amara just pats Chandra on the back, like of the leg, and is just, all right, well, nothing of use out here. Come on, everybody. If we hurry, we can maybe make it to this pillar before the ghosts get us.
Yeah.
And I'll throw the next. Do I burn another momentum for this? I don't know. Like,
it's 2 momentum. I mean, like.
No, it's 1 momentum to get +2.
Oh, then we should have, because we were at +5 momentum, so we should be at +4.
Okay, we should be 4.
Yeah. yes, you should.
Classic.
We thought we were at +3 anyways.
That's true. So absolutely. There's a strong hit though. There we go. All right. Do we just take progress, or do we get a momentum? No, we can't take an extra supply. So no.
Yep. Yeah. Nope.
I think now I'm gonna make a bold assumption, Steve. I think we have to go for it after this and just close this out because I think we've reached the other side of the battlefield and the pillar is like, in sight. It looks like the obelisk in the distance is approaching, and it's just it's almost there.
But
we hurry.
But what happens when we miss?
What happens when we miss if we try to reach our destination?
Because here's the thing: if we try to close it out now, we're only at 6.
No, we're at 8.
What? No, we're at 6.
I have 8.
We made 1.
We have a weak hit. We have this strong hit. We have another weak hit. That's 6.
Wait, hold on.
And then I have a strong hit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's 8.
Okay. Oh, you're not rolling it as Undertake a Journey.
No, I'm just rolling it as plus wits.
Yeah,
I should be throwing
roll in the move section so we have it labeled.
Gotcha.
See how like minor I'll label.
Might be. Yeah, I see it. Might be, fam.
Okay. I mean, like the last time we've tried to end it in this, like we rolled like double tens or some shit.
Yeah, but I mean, all right. So, I mean, the worst case scenario is that we're hopelessly lost in it, and it's a mirage. Like that's all it is. Like,
yeah.
But I think eight, and we have momentum of what, +3. It's your call. I would go for it, but
yeah, no, I'm down to go for it. All right. Am I doing it or are you doing it?
It's your throw.
God damn
it's on you. Do you want to? You can take another move and set us up for another thing if you'd like, and I can make it. You can aid an ally and set us up for it if you'd like.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna use my improviser tools.
Oh shit! What does it do?
When I check my gear, I can roll plus wits instead of supply. If so, I envision how I do a clever solution. I take +1 momentum.
When you check to see if you have a specific, check your gear. If you check to have a specific helpful item and have at least +1 supply.
So I think it's literally just like there's got to be some water in here somewhere, man.
Go ahead. We had to have an extra bag of water somewhere.
Yeah. Hey.
You find the water and the food that was stored like 80 unprepared and like set aside.
Yeah, I find the emergency rations.
Yeah. Little backup rations.
Yeah, so I think so we get +1 momentum.
All right.
I helped. And I think because we got an opportunity, I think we get +1 supply. I think I like scrounged together enough random shit that we've got +1 supply now.
Maybe Ishana and then Tataka were holding out on us the whole time.
Wait, it's not letting me put supply back up.
Oh no.
Can you put yours?
No. I think we have to make do we have to make a supply when we hit 0?
No, it's when we hit 0 and then something happens.
When your supply is mark unprepared. If you suffer additional minus supply when your supply is exhausted, reduced to 0, mark unprepared.
Oh, I see, and it automatically marked unprepared for us.
Yeah. While if you suffer additional minus supply while unprepared, you must exchange each additional supply for a combination of health, spirit, and momentum as appropriate until circumstances. So we have to resupply to get rid of that.
All right. Well, never mind then. I think, I guess I could. I would argue that the opportunity then is that we boost spirit.
Yes, because my spirit is 0. I don't know about you.
Do you have the shaken condition then?
Oh shit, do I? No, I didn't. Because my spirit got to 0, but I don't think anything came of it. Yeah, I survived and persevered, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I give you +1 spirit. Because I'm like, hey, look, we're doing great. Everything's going great.
Yeah, everything's wonderful. We're doing it. And it's like a little bit more hope from the one who was just like, I just want to get out of here. We're done. I hate this place. I'm done. Yeah. And I guess I will attempt to close out the the journey.
Okay, a week hit.
A week hit is fine. When we reach our destination on a week hit, you arrive but face an unforeseen hazard or complication. So hold on. The Oracle says how about a major plot twist or a theme?
What is is that what you're rolling?
Yeah, I'm asking you, what do you think?
Oh,
because we have to envision
major plot twist.
Okay.
I love major plot twists.
A dark secret is revealed.
Oh shit.
Are they using us to betray us this whole time? Was this just getting them there and then they're gonna turn on us, or what is it? Maybe the pillar is the pillar gone?
Nah. Well, like I don't know, like, what is it more interesting to you if they were just like betraying us? Because like we formed a bond with them and everything.
I don't think. Yeah, I
think it's
we have a bond, so I can't imagine they would at this point.
I think it's more interesting if they are like sincerely on our side.
Yeah, I think at this point they know they need the companionship, so I don't think that makes sense. I think the dark secret is that
the dark secret could be that Ashana hasn't told anyone this yet. All right, so Ashana hasn't told anyone this yet. So we've reached the pillar, and we're like, all right, we got here, and everyone like turns to Ashana, and we're like, all right, Ashana, you're the mystic here. Like, you know what? Like you said, you had an idea. What's your idea?
Yeah, and she's just like, I don't know. I just figured if we got back here, we could.
Nah, it's even better than that.
What do you got?
It's so she looks at the group and she says, well, I was planning to try to use a ritual to like my own ritual to jumpstart the latent magics in the pillar. And we're like, okay, like sounds great,
cool,
Ashana.
go ahead,
yeah, like go for it. Do you need me to like put some rocks in a circle for you? You know, like chant and dance around or something? And she says, my rituals require sacrifice. And she like looks over at everyone and like
they all like camera face on like sacrifice.
Yeah. And she like looks around and she like looks to Chandra.
No.
Like,
no.
Yeah.
Not mine. No.
And she says I do not have any other I do not see any other options.
I will go and hunt out one of those hyenas myself before I let you lay a finger on my beloved friend.
So I think that's the dark secret. The dark secret is that she needs like a ritual sacrifice.
Which makes sense because when we killed the vampire boy, sacrifice and blood was spilt.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
deep lore connections.
Didn't even think about that. That's kind of badass.
Deep lore connections.
But also, what does it mean that it activated when blood was spilled and we were there? What does it mean?
That's true.
What does it mean, Sam?
What does it?
What does it all mean?
I don't know. It means that Chandra's gonna go hunt down some fucking animals because she refuses to absolutely let anything happen to her mammoth.
Wait, hold on. I know what it means.
What does it mean?
Wait. Okay, so our characters don't know this yet, but this is actually sick. So if what I was talking about at the start was true, and the Skuld were actually the firstborn, so the Skuld are the ones in theory who like built these pillars or like you know whatever, and we have their blood in our veins.
Which means we have we possibly have the ability to have this magic.
Whole time we've been fucking half elves.
Classic D&D understanding where you're coming from. Love it. All right,
that's sick.
I love it. Yeah, and it's just I will hunt down any other animal that you require and give you any other blood you require, but none from my family or my friends.
Yeah, and like at that, like Chandra, like kind of like Chandra like looks at you and like scoffs, and I pat her on the like face, and she's like, "It's okay, like you're family. You're not just a friend.
You're not just a friend. You fall under family.
Yeah. Family, as we all know, is the most important."
Exactly, and family comes in all forms. And I think Kataka just kind of like scoffed as she says that, and just like, well, good luck trying to find anything out here. We didn't come across any.
As we've established from like trying to hunt and shit, there's like nothing around here.
There's nothing. He's like, go ahead and waste your time and energy. We'll be waiting right here when you come back with something.
So
I think we it wouldn't be a vow, would it? I think it's just like a quest we undertake.
I mean, like it could be a vow if we wanted it to be.
I just think it's a quest we undertake. Yeah.
Well, like so like I'm thinking like instead of that, what if like the pillar just starts reacting when we get close to it?
All right.
You know what I mean?
As in, like, it starts to, like, maybe, like, shift or shake the ground around us and starts to respond to merely our presence?
Yeah, like, because, like, we've established that, like, we have some sort of connection.
Okay. That's fair, but it still wouldn't solve the fact that we would need some sort of a sacrifice for the ritual, right?
Well, that was her idea.
Okay.
Right.
So Amara looks over at Hersham and she says, Hersham, it looks like you've got something on your mind. What do you...
Yeah, and
how do you think we can do this?
Hersham's just been, like, staring at the pillar. And just kind of, like, maybe as like, your guys's argument was happening, he was just kind of, like, stepping towards it, kind of transfixed.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna touch this pillar. Like, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna put a hand on the pillar.
So you just want to smash the Mystic Backlash Oracle, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I want to do.
Okay. I can't stop you. Yeah, no, I'm not there to stop you.
Alright. Where is it? Is it under... Suffer moves?
No. No, it would be... It's under plot. It was all a diversion.
Where is plot?
In Oracles, it's the top left.
Oh, it's in a different thing. Let's see.
It's in a different one, yeah. It's not under moves.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, like, all of these things are things that the pillar can do, if, like, someone that knows how to control it can do. But, like, because we don't know, like, whenever we go to try to use it, it's just like
it does something, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm tempted by dark powers. Dark powers.
Dark powers. I think when you put a hand on it, you hear a voice whispers to you, and it sounds almost like the demon from the prior experience.
Oh yeah.
And it's just, so you want to go home? I can make that work. Bring me a sacrifice. Those two will
do. Yeah, and, like, that happens, and the camera gets all, like, you know, how it get, like, weird and wonky, and I, like, pull my hand away as if from, like, a hot stove.
Yeah.
And Ashana, like, looks over and says, you made it work. And they say, I mean, yes, sort of.
I mean,
there was
I don't know what.
Anyone else hear that? No, anyone?
No. What are you talking about? There was no one. I was arguing with Kataka.
There was a voice in my head when I touched the pillar, and it said that it could bring us home if we sacrifice those two.
And she just immediately looks at you with, like, that like super face of, like, excuse me, what the fuck did you just say?
Oh, I think she would be, like, interested more than anything.
She's interested, but she's also, like, because we now have a bond with them. Now it's very much like, oh, like, she's very much like, oh, now you want to get rid of them? Like, now, like, oh, we have to sacrifice and kill people? That's not honorable.
Yeah.
Like, this is the least honorable thing.
Yeah, no,
yeah, the other two are like, oh, fuck no.
Yeah, well, so I think Ashana is like, oh, is that so? That's awfully interesting. And I say, don't worry, we're not going to. Like, we're not gonna...
Yeah. Kataka just, like, chimes in, like, good, because we would absolutely destroy you before you even got any blood from us.
I'm not doubting your combat prowess there, friend. You're a big strong, muscly boy.
He, like, walks over and, like, pats you really hard on the back, that, like, overly, like, dad pat.
I fall over.
Yeah, it's just like, he's like, attaboy, you know. He's like, you know that. You remember the last time we tried that. Just knocks you straight to
be fair, the last time we tried that, there were several ghosts involved on your side.
Anyway, so we need to sacrifice. All right. I guess that means we do got to find something to kill.
Yep. Well,
and Amara's just like, well,
so,
I don't believe any of us should die, so let's find something we can.
So, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Actually, so the dark powers, the whispers, it could just be a sacrifice, but I'm thinking maybe we should roll action and theme for what they want us to do.
Yeah, maybe it's like let's see what they actually want.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a sacrifice of something else for all we know. So let's see. I'm okay with an action and theme.
Okay, yeah, they want to trade a sacrifice.
They want to trade a sacrifice.
God damn it! The oracle has spoken.
The oracle has spoken. And Amara just looks and just says, "This is ridiculous. I'm going to go find something. I feel healthy enough to go on, and I feel in well enough spirits. I don't, Hersham, if you want to stay and rest." And she just stops and just looks around and sees like Chandra's just plopped down, just is like tired, is like breathing heavy. And
also,
like,
you don't have a weapon.
Yeah, and it's just, and then she like, that's what I mean. And then she like looks around at like Hersham still on the ground, just from being patted on the back, and just like, but maybe we should take some time to prepare ourselves first.
Well, that's the thing, is we've already established that we can't camp in front of this thing. Because remember, we tried to before.
No, but we can try to resupply again, Steve. And I would like to.
Yeah, I would. So like Chandra is kind of like plopped down, and I go and I just kind of like cuddle into Chandra, and I like give you my bow and arrow. I'm just
and she's just like,
here. You know how to. I've taught you how to fire it before.
Yeah, and she like pulls it back onse and like flings it and is like,
don't dry fire it. That's how you're gonna break the string.
I need to listen. I'll figure it out. It's fine. I'm gonna go find something. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go rethrow based on my my nice mammoth. Oh no, I can't. That's right. I can't change supply. Can I uncheck prepared? Okay. Yeah. If you unclick unprepared, we're good. All right. Oh no, I need to do move. Resupply. So it just has wits, so I'm just gonna throw.
Yeah.
I'll throw wits, and then it's +2. Yeah, because it's 4. Okay.
No, you can't. Can you resupply with that move? With Chandra? I think that's just when you make camp.
When you make a move that requires you to roll plus supply, you may instead roll plus your mammoth's health.
Yeah, we're not rolling plus supply.
Oh, resupplies plus wits.
Rolling
Okay.
2 resupply.
Got you. All right, never mind. Retract my move then. Well, I'm still gonna make the throw, but all right. Wits it is then.
Yeah.
Hey, we did it. We bolster our resources and get +2 supply, get rid of that unprepared, and we're feeling good. I think she's gone for what feels like, it does that like montage-y cut thing where it's like the camp changing for a while, and it's been like a couple hours, but she eventually comes back with like maybe a small chest and like a bag over her shoulder, and she's just, I found something out there in the battlefield. It looks like there was another caravan that tried to make it through and got attacked along the way. They had some food and some newer clothes and a new spear for myself. And she just like has a new spear like on her hip. And it's just like, so I think things are looking better. Okay. No sign of any animal life though.
Yeah. I want to say that like the spear works, but it's brittle. Like we're gonna
it's naughty.
I think like once we get out of this situation, like Hersham, like full disclosure, Hersham's gonna like swear an iron vow to you that we're gonna get you a new weapon.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a dope vow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna, while you're doing that, I'm gonna try to heal myself.
Yeah. Which seems fair because past the time.
Yeah.
Make that camp.
So I have to.
Or no, there's a heal.
Yeah, so I have to roll because I'm trying to heal myself. Well, okay. So here's a question for you. Put your GM head on for a second. So I want to try to. I would like to try to heal myself. And so normally when you're healing yourself, you have to roll either plus wits or plus iron, whichever is lower. I would like to argue that because I have 80 on, they're helping me. I can roll plus wits instead of my lower one. Because it's less about me healing myself and more about me telling him like how to.
Yeah, and I think he would be knowledgeable in how to, like, this is not the first time he's played medic for us. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Well, like, yeah, and he doesn't necessarily know, but like I'm like showing him, right? Like I'm saying,
yeah,
I'm like,
you can guide him along.
Yeah, so like I like sleep for a bit and I like wake up and I sit up and I like wince and I like see Adion like, you know, whittling a stick or something, and I say, Adion, come here. And he like comes over and I grab out of Chandra's supplies, I grab a needle and like I grab some sutras and I say, you're gonna learn how to bind a wound.
and he's just
and so I take my like leather vest off and there's like a gash. Like, all right, so here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna bite down on this and we're gonna do this, and you know, so I'm gonna roll plus.
And I think that's very fair. Get that good health back.
Weak hit.
On a weak hit, as above, so your care is helpful. You're not wounded. You get up to 2 health, but you suffer -1 supplier of momentum.
Okay. We suffer one
+3.
Suffer 1 momentum.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
+3.
And I get to +3 health. Huh. Feels good.
Feels good to be there.
You're so good. What a good boy.
And he just like he does the like Dr. Glove like finger wave.
Right. They're all bloody.
And shortly after is when Amara returns with everything, and then it's just okay. Well, I think the next step is to find something to sacrifice for this teleportation, or whatever this called us.
Did you not?
No, there were no animals in sight. I wasn't necessarily looking, but no, I didn't see anything. Maybe if we all traveled together and took another look, maybe we'd find.
I mean, I would argue that the more people that are trying to hunt an animal, the harder it's going to be to find an animal.
And then she stops and looks at Adion and says, Adion, you've been whittling sticks all day, haven't you? And he like nods and he's like yep. He's like, good. I think maybe the plan is to set some traps around us and see if we can catch anything. It'll use up probably a little bit of our supplies, but that may be the fastest way is to get them to us. And I'd like to secure an advantage towards some sort of throw that's in the equivalent of like trapping an animal, or trapping trapping an animal into us, or something of that nature. I don't know how to do that, but like
well, like the problem that I see with that is that like we want to so getting them to come to a trap would mean that we have to bait it, but we've established that we have no food. So how are we baiting traps?
Yeah, you're right. Our supplies basically. Well, from the resupply, we've gathered something, so we have like probably better. Like it wouldn't be enough. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, like you're getting us to supply. It could have been like you hunted something.
Yeah, but if we hunted something, that would have solved the problem.
Right. That's what I mean. I think your roll solved the problem.
Oh, you're saying that did that? Okay. I mean, I can't fault against that. So okay.
Unless you wanna continue to have the problem.
I mean, all right. Far be it from me to add more problems. I'm on board with that.
Yeah. I mean, not everything has to be a quest, right?
I don't know. Life is the quest, Steve.
Yeah.
But I'm on board. All right, that's fine. So then it's just maybe it's just she has the carcass there, but like she like has like caught something like a small an equivalent of like a fantasy rabbit or like a something like that, and has just been keeping
a rabbit.
It could just be a rabbit. I don't know. I'm trying to keep the immersion. God.
Sure.
And she's like managed to like keep it like like got it almost on like a leash or something to keep it from like running off.
Oh no.
PETA has entered the room.
Yeah, fuck it. We here at twitch.tv/the frog is dead do not condone animal violence of any sort.
No. But she just looks and is just, well, I suppose we have to make the sacrifice, but how do we do that? And she like looks over to Ashana and is just like, how do we do this?
And Ashana looks to Hersham and says, you said the voice told you to sacrifice something. And I say, I suppose the voice did in fact do that. Now that I am a little bit more put together, I like stand up. And I like
she just says, I'll keep it in place if you can make the blow.
Yeah. So I tell you, I like motion to come over to the pillar.
Yep, and she like walks it over.
Probably freaking out that you have to get so close to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I take out my dagger that has the runes carved on it and stuff. And I put my hand on the pillar again. Which I think doesn't invoke Mystic Backlash this time. And
no.
and I say in my head to the thing, I say, I've brought you your sacrifice, as I like take my dagger and I do the thing and I like smear the blood across the pillar. And now the question is, and I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but we have to figure out if this is enough. I don't think it's gonna be enough.
So I think the answer is to literally just ask the Oracle.
Right.
And get based on that a chance of ask the Oracle. I think it's so we're saying how certain is it that this works? If you had to give me 91 or 76.
Right. Well, so
is it
unlikely? Okay. So here's what I'm thinking, and you tell me if this sounds like uninteresting to you. I think either it doesn't work and then we need to like figure something else out, or like it works and it like can bring us back to the other pillar. But I think that there's a chance that like, because it's like a D&D wish, right? So like I think there's a chance that it like teleports us to a different pillar.
I was actually going to agree to that. So here's what I think we do. I think we make basically like a set Oracle ask order. So I think the answer is like, the first one is like, does it work? And that's like we decide on that. And then if it works, we ask, does it send us home?
Does it work the way we want it to?
Yeah. Yeah. And then and then we know either yes or no. Yeah. So I think how much do you think it works? Is it a small chance, unlikely, or 50-50?
I think it's unlikely.
I can go with unlikely.
I feel like this thing, like, because the way that you set it up, it's like it wanted like two human lives, and it's like we're giving it like a rabbit. Yeah,
which we don't know. Like it's telling us exactly what it wants, but we're like no, like we're just like we've never done this before. So I think that's fair. The last question I have for you is: would you like me to make the unlikely throw, or would you?
I got it.
All right.
Nope.
Nope, not enough.
All right. Nope, and I want to roll some Mystic Backlash.
I agree. Right. That's very low, so nope.
You're tormented with an apparition from your past.
Steve, guess who's back? It's our boy Demon.
Nah, dude. No. I think it's like...
Is it something we've never seen before?
Yeah. I think that like this could be the moment where we like realize that we are like of this land.
Yeah.
So like I smear the blood on the pillar, and I like have my hand on it, and I like feel it kind of like the sentience of the pillar like creeping into my mind, and like I feel it kind of like expanding my mind, and I see like a bunch of like like I basically like see a shit ton. It's like those like you know, in like Mass Effect when like Shepard like is like comes in
Yeah.
contact with the beacon and you see like all of those scenes, like none of them fucking make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
It's that. And there's like a whole bunch of like if people were watching this, you could go through like frame by frame and figure out like a whole bunch about like plot points and
Yeah.
lore
Like
and stuff.
plot.
And I think like the torment is that I just don't understand it. So like
Yeah.
you just see my eyes go like
Back.
white for a second. Yeah, my eyes roll back, and like I like just collapse. Because it's just like a ton of information just entered my brain at once, and I was not prepared for it. And I think Hersham just
and
collapses.
she just like lets the rabbit go and like catches him and just like it didn't work. And I think the last thing is a whisper comes back into your voice as you like hit the ground. And it's just like, this does not suffice.
Yeah.
I require blood.
Yeah.
And it's just, and Amara just like looks over at the two of them as if to be like, it wanted two blood, it didn't work, and she's just like, maybe no one has to die. Maybe we can just give some blood and it would be enough. And I think Amara just looks at like down at Hersham and just takes the knife out of his hand and is just like, it's that weird moment where it's like it pans to like her hands.
Yeah.
And she's just like, no, this is maybe this is enough. And she just gashes into her that like gash in your hand and just takes her hand and smears it across the pillar and just
all right.
And that was my turn.
All right.
And that was my turn.
Yeah.
I would like to find out if this works.
I love how you, Sam the player, see Steve the player like getting into all this weird magic shit, and you're like, not alone, motherfucker.
No, it's also no, because it's also Amara to be. It's also an Amara's character to be like, no, like if anybody's going to take pain and suffering for this, like I am doing it, not my friends. So I'm gonna smash that unlikely again, Steve. Or does because it's human blood, is it 50-50 now?
No, I think it's a small chance because I think like the fact that it's not like actually it's unlikely. I
think it's still unlikely.
It's unlikely, and here's why. And again, our characters don't know this yet, but this is firstborn blood. This is skull blood.
That's true. Yeah.
And like so that makes it like a slightly better chance.
Slightly better than just nothing. Nope.
All right. What's your Mystic Backlash?
Let's find out. Let's find out what that Mystic Backlash is this time. I think. Oh no. Your friend, ally, or companion is adversely affected.
So who dies? Because I think we're getting into like some like dark magic shit.
We're getting. I don't know that it's. I don't think we're at death yet. I don't think that's death because adversely affected just means that something happens. I
just want Kotaku to just like fucking fall over.
Like... No, I mean he is an ally or a companion. I think, although I think that's fair. I think you know what it is. I think it, as she like smears her hand across, Kataka just goes, what the hell, and the same cut gets cut and made into him.
Yeah, and
it's as if to be like, no, this is what I want. Like I'm telling you, like if you hurt yourself and you try to do this to yourself, you can't be the hero here.
Right.
And Kataka just looks up and is just like, no, like, no.
Yeah, he's like, he's not about this weird magic mumbo jumbo.
No, he even looks at Ashana. He even looks at over Ashana, just like, it's not how this works, right? He's like, that they don't have that power, do they?
And Ashana's been quiet this whole time, and she's just been kind of like, you know, trying to figure out like what's going on. And she like says to you, because you're still conscious, right?
Yeah, I'm still conscious.
Yeah, so like conscious. It's like Hersham's fucking not. And so she says to you, she says, the pillars seem to react to you. Why is that?
I don't know. We weren't from this land. who knows? I assumed it would have react. I assumed it was reacting here.
How did you get here? How did you... You said you were brought here by the pillars.
We were teleported here from another pillar along the coastline.
Why?
We lived...
How did that pillar?
We were fighting a strange person with powers similar to yours, and when we slayed him, the next thing we knew, we just were here. We assumed that was his magic or some power he had to send us away.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think like how this would work, because like she doesn't like this is the part where like if I were the GM, there would totally be like a third one of these two that would be like a red shirt, and she would just like grab him and like slit his throat, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know if she would do that to Kataka.
Hold on, let me see what are Kataka's traits?
What are her traits? Let's see.
Kataka's traits are kind, timid, and manipulative. Ooh, I think like upon that conversation, Kataka's just like, you know, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I didn't do anything wrong to you. I was just following orders, but she's you know, if anybody's got to go, so we can all get back home. She's the one that he like kind of starts to like, he like realizes that like he might actually be in danger. It's just like, you know, she's the one that put me out to this, and you know, I wouldn't have bothered doing anything to you, but she put me up to it. So if anybody's got to die for the cause of us getting to safety, I think it's only fair. There, sure.
So I was kind of envisioning these two to be like not necessarily family, but similar in dynamic to us, and that like they would like not do something like that to each other. But if you think that is the thing,
he has his key trait is manipulative, right? I don't
I think because Ashana is armed, confident, and obsessed. So I think like the minute that there's any doubt that like he's going to turn on her, she like fucking offs it.
I think that's fair, and I think that like all this like weird magical power between them, like I think that creates a rift between them where like, yeah, they probably got along and they were probably close from the time, but maybe it's that like weird kind of like friendship where it's like, if like,
well, like
if it came down to survival,
it could also be the pillar, right? Like the
pillar it could be causing that
like,
crazy.
So like they start to like do that. Does so like Hersham's passed out, so he has no say in it. But does like Amara do anything?
I mean, she's gonna try to make the check, and she's be like, "Listen, no one needs to die here. It doesn't matter. Like, we will find a way to make this work." And she's going to attempt to make a, it would be. Oh, is this a test your bond? Or is this just a? I'd like to, because like it could be a compel, or this could be a test bond. You know what? Can I make a test bond for this to see how bond the strong is?
Well, so it's not it's so like.
Oh, it's for them. Okay, that's them.
I think this will lead to a bond testing.
Bond test.
But
all right, I
think it's just I think it's like one of they're gonna fight.
Yeah, and they're starting to turn on each other, and this is just to slow it down. So I'd like to throw heart, and I get +1 because there's a bond. So I'm gonna try to compel them to stop this fighting. We will find a way.
All right.
And I get +1 because there's a bond. So let's see if this works. So on a weak hit, they'll do what we want, but they ask something in return.
Yeah, like,
I think
but like, what can it be? That's the thing. Like, so like, I think we've kind of like, if we think about fictional positioning, I think we've kind of set ourselves up because we've established that like there's not a lot of living things around here, and like just like going and like hunting a thing and like killing a rabbit or whatever is not enough. Like it has to be human blood. But we've like done a good job of like narratively digging ourselves into a hole that like this place is uninhabited as fuck.
You know what I think this is? I think it's upon that she's saying, she gives this like she does that like overly dramatic, like, no one has to die for this. We will all get home safe. This isn't right that these pillars demand so much of us. We are, we're all family right now, and this is and she like gives this big dramatic speech, and Kataka just stops and goes, you know what? Fine. If it means Ashana gets to go home, I'll go. But you better see that she gets home. And that she gets there safe.
Oh, man. Oh, buddy.
And I think, and he stops and puts out like his sword on the ground, and he's just like, you better see that she gets home. And like gestures it out to Amara as if to say, you will make this is a vow.
Oh, shit. You gonna take it?
And I think...
Oh, man, Amara's so not cool at this.
Yeah, this is everything Amara hates and more, and she's just staring at the sword as he's like extending his sword out to her, and he's just like, she's like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. And she just looks down at Hersham, who's just unconscious, and is just like, we'll never get home otherwise. This is for the sake of my family. And it's just, she puts her hands on it and she says, in your honor, Kataka, I will make sure that Kataka.
Tonka truck.
Tonka truck. In your thank you for your sacrifice. In memory of your honor, I will make sure that she gets home safe. And she kind of like runs her hand across the sword, and it like glows a little as if to seal the vow.
Yeah. So
I'm
normally I have to make the vows.
Yeah.
Because I have the heart, but now you have to make the vow.
I have to swear the vow, yeah. God. All right. Where is swear a vow? God, where is it?
It's under moves.
Okay.
Quest moves? Yeah.
Yeah, quest moves. Okay.
Oh boy. You share a bond with him?
Yeah. I do share a bond, so it's +1. Oh god.
This is some fucked up shit. I'm so here for it.
It's a weak hit.
All
On
right.
a weak hit. You are determined to begin your quest with more questions than answers. Yeah, I sure do.
So what kind of quest is this?
This is a quest to return Amara or Ishana back to wherever she started her journey, and I'd call this extreme, honestly, because we know nothing about where she's from. We've like known her for like whatever. She's literally tried to kill us, and I don't see this as getting. If we have no idea where she is, we don't know where it is. I think this is extreme.
Oof. But like, well, so the question is, I think, and we have to think about this from like a GM standpoint, like a GM position, in addition to a narrative position. I don't think it's anything less than dangerous, but I would say that it's formidable. And
I can get behind formidable.
And the reason I say that is because like I personally think that it would be, I think it's going to be interesting, but I think like in order to like, because if it becomes extreme, then like that's just what this campaign becomes about for like
you're right.
a long time, right? And I think it can be formidable. Like we know, like we have a vague idea of where the Stormbloods are from. It's like the prospect of like us having to go there is terrifying because we know they're like our tribe.
But at the same time,
we should say even like our settlement's not gonna like it. Like,
no, but you're right, because even if we just find any Stormborn, there's a very good chance that someone might recognize her and help her. Basically, like the end of the quest could be like us passing her off to whoever's actually bringing her home. This is maybe not as epic as I'm imagining it could be, but it definitely could be extreme. I'm behind formidable.
I mean, I think return her to where she came from. I think we have to go there.
Yeah, I would agree to that. So I think formidable is reasonable. Yeah. I think it could be an extreme quest, but I think formidable is reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, and we get +1 momentum, so we're up 4.
Hooray!
And I think upon making that vow and lighting it up, I think Kataka just go.
You stab him, right? Like
I think she takes the sword and
he puts the sword out. and he like says like make sure she gets home safe, like swear it. And you like take the hilt of the sword. You have a sword now, by the way. Like this is badass. And you take the hilt of the sword, and it like glows as you like say the words and swear the vow, and then you just like thrust it into him.
Yeah, and just straight in, and then the blood like he like falls and collapses against the pillar, and the blood like drains against it, and I think it lights up. And I think now the question is, because we know it's going to work. Now the question is, does it send us to where we want to go?
I think it does. I think this is what it wanted.
Exactly what it wanted, yeah.
And so it happens to you. So like this is how we know it's not just Hersham, right? Because this happens to you. So like you feel I'm just gonna GM for you for a second.
Go ahead.
Like you feel the same thing that Hersham felt, where like you just feel like your mind kind of expand and like become infinite. Like your eyes roll back. And like suddenly you see, and like you don't like I think like once we come to from this, like you're not going to remember this, but you see this map. Like you see this literal map, and you see like dotted all around it are these like different like specks
pillars,
of
the different
light, and you can like select one.
So Steve, you're just sending me to the metaphorical warp screen?
Yes. But literally I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think especially because we did what it wanted, it is. And I think the answer is that like she picks the one that's like in the mountains here, like right outside of where her settlement is, because that's the closest home.
Well, so here's my question, and like you tell me if this would occur to Amara. Is there one like close to the Stormborn home?
I think there might be one maybe on one of these islands. If that would be the case, there's probably actually I think there would be one inside Stormborn.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But like there's no world she's going to go right to that. So I think there might be another one like on one of these outlying islands that she might go to.
Well,
or knowing that like the forest, because there was the tribe associated with them in the forest, she might think to go there.
Right. Well, so would you? Well, it depends what would Amara be thinking? Would Amara be thinking about that, or would Amara just be thinking like, I just want to get home?
She just wants to get home. I think sure her first priority is to get home. So I think she would choose the one that's like near theirs, like in the mountains, was what she would go to.
Yeah. Okay. And so yeah. Are we ending at 9, by the way?
Yeah, about that.
Okay. So then I think like the last thing that we see is like you like, and again you're not like it's this there's no like physical gesture or anything, you just kind of think about that one, right?
Yeah.
And like suddenly you're just kind of like swept up, and we just like see like the pillar starts to glow. There are all of these cracks along it that like glow red. It's like the shrines from Breath of the Wild, how they have that like bluey orangey glow in them. Yeah. It looks like that. And maybe like this like eye opens up on the top of it. Because, you know, eyes and old gods are cool. And like it just like whisks us all away. And is that just is that the last thing? And then like the first thing is us poofing back into existence next week.
I think the last thing is it after we poof out and it's like panned up. I think it like zooms in on the body of Kataka just leaning against the pillar, and it just fades out on sad.
Oh man, yeah. So there's like sad strings as we see like Kataka's body, but then like as he's leaning against the pillar, we see like starting from like his back where the pillar is, like these like veins of iron start to like seep all through like his skin and everything, and it just drains him. Like it just like like he just like
drains the body. He just becomes like he becomes a husk. Just that like it just crumbles to bone.
Yeah, he becomes dust. Yeah, and like that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Weird blood magic.
Weird blood magic. And a new quest, and we need to update our bonds are now only to Ashana.
Yep. Pour one out.
Pour one out for our boy. Rest in peace. He gave his life for the cause.
Yeah. So think our bond is gonna get tested next time for sure.
Yeah, because at the end of that, yeah.
Yeah, and so I've got some ideas about what we can do next. I think we can like go try to work on. I think we can go back home and avenge Kynan, and we can like see, because I assume there's a new village chief now, so we can like check in there and see what's going on.
Who knows? Who knows how long we've really been gone? We know there's been like nights and days have passed, so who knows? Yeah. So we have to go check into that.
Also, I think we can probably we might have to like, because we'll have Ashana with us, so we'll have to like disguise her or something.
Oh yeah, that's right, because she'll be basically in those garbs. Yeah.
So we'll have to figure that out next time.
Yeah, and I think that's there. So Steve, you still have 3 experience, correct?
Yes.
Did you plan on spending it before we say goodnight?
I don't know. I'm still kind of holding on to it.
Also, really quick thought to you.
Yeah.
Should I? Do you think it would be appropriate to trade my skirmisher talent for a sword-based talent, since that's not relevant right now?
I don't know if you can do that. I think you can like.
I mean, I technically can't.
I think you could like do a quest to like train with the sword.
I think right now I have a sword that I like barely know how to use as like a standard weapon. But
can you swear an iron vow to yourself to become like more knowledgeable?
I don't see why not. I could vow to
the ghost of Kataka.
Kataka that I will become a great fighter for his protection's sake or something. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some thought. We've got some thinking to do.
Yeah, we got some figuring out to do. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll.
For now, that's the end of this heart-wrenching episode.
Yeah, this one was intense, man.
This was brutal. It wasn't even like rude in the sense of like a lot of bad things happened. It was just wow.
Yeah, like I feel like our roles kind of evened out by the end. It started off real bad.
Yeah. It started off tough.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll bid the internet adieu.
Take care of the internet.
What's the new sign out thing? Oh yeah. Everything sucks and nothing is meaningless. We're all going to die anyways. So let's just
play more
role-playing games.
Play more role-playing games.
Good night, everybody.